What is going on, you guys? We are back with another video on the OBS. If you guys haven't been keeping up to date, this is my 88 OBS Chevy with a 5.3 liter. It is a Gen 5, so it's out of a 2017 Tahoe. Still has direct injection, BTR stage 3 cam, and yeah, that's about it. But today, actually, first off, let me clear this up. I know I said I'm going to start posting more, and I am. I promise. I have an excuse. A good one. It's a good excuse. I was waiting on control arms. So, yeah. Nfamus hooked me up with a set of narrowed control arms, upper and lower. Comes with ball joints and all your bushings. So that's what I got sitting here. If you guys aren't familiar with Nfamus, that's what this whole truck is. I got their 3-link kit under the rail. Got the fuel tank cross member that raises up your fuel tank. I now have the upper and lower control arms that are narrowed 1 inch on each side. And I am running backups from him. So, all very high quality stuff. If you need some parts, not only for your 88 to 98, but he does the 99 to 06s. I think he does the 7 to 14s, and I think he's even doing some of the 15s and newer and S10s, and he does a lot of stuff. Go check him out. All the parts that I have, whether it's control arms, 3-link, fuel tank stuff, that's all going to be listed down below. But today, what we're going to do, start getting this thing tore apart. We're going to get the spring out of there, shock out of there, get the brakes off, get the whole spindle tore off, get these control arms tore out, start cutting the frame there for the bag to start going up on in there. So yeah, that's today's agenda. So let's get started on it. Alright, so first thing first, we are going to go ahead and get the brake caliper loosened up. That is going to be an Allen, top and bottom. We're going to get the castle nuts. Hopefully you guys can see. Got a castle nut here for your ball joint, castle nut down, down there, right there, for your ball joint. Gonna get the cotter key taken out of them, get the castle nuts down, get the spindle off, undo the sway bar, and then we can get a jack under this and start getting the spring and shock out. So I'm gonna go ahead and prop you guys up. You guys should be able to get the little key out right there. It'll focus for you guys. Yep. So you're taking that little pin out, taking the nut off. Prop you guys up. Let's get into it. That one's small enough to just do that number 2. Don't have much tools here at the old man's house, so there we go. A good old smack. Don't want to go loose. There we go. Saw it drop down. Just like that. I just put the castle nuts back on so I don't lose it. But I'm pretty sure with these narrowed control arms, you have to buy a narrowed tie rod. So Nfamus sells that as well. I guess haven't ordered it yet. Let's see what I can do here. Get on there. There we go. Got that lower castle nut loosened. act like you guys didn't just see me tightening it there for a second. Sometimes my brain doesn't brain the best. Now that one is loose. Wrench on the bottom side. There we go. Sway bar is out. Probably gonna undo it from the frame, that way I could just get it out of my way. But now that's out. Allen wrench. Get those loosened up so we can get this caliber off. Oh, there we go. Hopefully, for those of you guys that don't know what I'm doing, I am literally just taking your two caliber bolts up here and up here off so you can get this caliber up and out of the way, which we will eventually have to take it completely off, but because it is bolted to the upper control arm, which we will be removing. I need some lube in her. Lube in her. Come on. Oh, fuck. Is this the correct way to do things? No. No, it's not. But when you are working at somebody else's house and you don't have the most amount of tools, you work with what you got and you make things go. Or you make things work. So we're just going to put that there. I'm going to try to now smack these two to get their upper and lower. There. So we're going to smack right here and right here. See the space in the nut. See it dropped? So this one, you can see it move now, right here. It's loose, so now we got to do the same to the bottom. Always a little bit harder. Alright, so what you guys kind of missed was I ended up having to heat up the spindle just a tad just to get this to break loose, beat on a little bit more, and then got the shock, coil spring out. I already took this lower control arm bolt out. I'm gonna get this side out real quick, that way we can get this one out of our way. I'll grab some baling wire, tie up this caliper to the frame. We'll get this upper one out of the way, get the sway bar out of the way, and then start mocking up our new control arms. You guys don't really need to watch me take a nut and a bolt off here, here, and here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and skip forward to all of it being off and getting the new ones on for you guys. Alright guys, we are actually at a standstill right now because I need to get the ball joints pressed into the lower control arm. So I'm not going to go bolting it all up and everything when there's no ball joint pressed in there. So tomorrow, as soon as I get off work, I'm going to go get the ball joints pressed in. So there's going to be basically a cut in this video. So it's getting late here anyways. It's a Sunday night, got work in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead, cut you guys over, and for you, it's going to be just like this. And just like that, guys, back next day, ball joints are pressed in to the lower control arms. So I'm going to go ahead, flip you guys around, and we're going to get this lower control arm mocked up and get the bag kind of set up in the spring pocket and start chopping up this frame for bag clearance. Alright guys, so I got the upper bag cup mounted to the bag. There's a bunch of washers in there, I get it. It's not how it's going to be, I just don't have the right length bolts. But as you can see, what I'm going to do here, maybe, is I'm just going to put this nut on here quick. That way it holds the bag. And then what I'm going to do is where the bag is, so here, I know I got to go at least that far further out because you want to make sure you give the bag enough room for when it's fully compressed. It'll kind of come out a little bit. So you got to cut quite a bit of this frame rail out. So what I'm going to do, take this Sharpie. The bag's about there and about there, and you could always take more out. It's very hard to put more in, so for now I'm just going to kind of go around here just like that, start cutting it out, and yeah, we'll just take little by little out until it's fully cleared enough, and then we'll get the start getting the control arm in to kind of push it up like that. So we're going to start with that. You guys can kind of see this line here. I was told you're basically going to be like 3 inches from the top, but like I said, you could always take more out. It's very difficult to put more in. So this is where I'm starting, just like that. you can see, I got a lot cut out, and I'm going to try to get the bag back up in there now. Come on, there we go. Alright, so I'll end up having to tighten that down just to get it where it's supposed to be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that control arm bolted up. That way I can put the jack under it and compress the bag, because like I said, the bag will balloon out and get wider. But right there's how we're looking so far. I can fit my hand all the way around. So I'm going to get the lower control arm, get the jack under it, get it pushed up. Alright guys, so we got it bolted in. My advice, throw some grease on the outsides of the bushings there. It'll make the lower control arm go in a lot easier. But like I said, we're gonna jack this up. Let's go in a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so I don't know how well you guys can see, but it's already hitting here. So I'll have to go up higher, come around here. It actually, all around the back is good. Took probably a little bit more out of this side than I had to. I might take another 1/4 inch out of this side yet. But this side's pretty good. And then like I said, I'll probably come up like that. And the bag cup isn't fully seated, but yeah, in theory, your control arm should be hitting this frame when you're fully up, but I do not want to do that because it is already against the back here. So it is already getting late. So I'm gonna call it a day and I'm gonna come back right after work. But just like earlier, you guys won't even know, so we'll just go ahead and go. Just like that, we are back next day. Like I said, still rubbing here. Just want to take some more of this off. Still rubbing a little bit down here too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do that number. Just gonna basically follow this line, make it a little bit more, per se, squared, more even. So cut this off right here. Hopefully that'll bring some more. I might end up having to go up further, but like I said, we'll take little by little off, see what happens. Alright, the light died, so we're improvising with a flashlight for now. But we're gonna jack this up a little bit more. Did the cutting. And we are hitting right here already, so it looks like I'll have to take more out of right here. So what I might end up doing, hopefully you guys could see, and this isn't, I'm just blinding that one spot, that's better. So what I will end up doing is probably bringing this out and then back down, maybe making it a little bit more like that. Because as you can see, it's hitting right here on the back, and we do not want it hitting anywhere on the back. So back to cutting. This is a lot of cutting, putting the bag back in, looking, cutting, looking, cutting, looking. So yeah, we're gonna get that cut out and we'll be right back again. Alright guys, so now that we got that pretty much cleared, might have just a tiny little bit of trimming left, but for now we are going to go ahead, get these upper control arms in, and I am going to use some grease slash silicone lubricant, which is what I use to pound these bushings in. I'm gonna just put it around the edge here on each side of the bushing. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah. That way they slide in a little bit easier, and I will do it to the bottom. I forgot to do it when I put them in. Alright, so now that we got all these bushings greased, I'm going to go ahead, throw the upper control arm on. Already got the ball joint bolted up, and I will be taking all this back apart to paint it all when the truck gets painted. Hopefully here in a couple months.
You'll need to unlock your...
Siri's always listening, bro. But for now, try to get this in best I can. That might need a little bit of persuading here. There we go, just like that. Oh. Got both sides started. I'll have to grab the bolts, get those thrown in. But you guys can kind of see there. So I'm gonna just get the bolts put in. You guys know how to put a control arm in. Then we're gonna get the spindle on and see how we look. Alright guys, so as you can see, the control arms are just loose in there. But control arms are in, spindle's just loose on it. And it's at full droop right now. I'm waiting on the Nfamus tie rod, so those should be here. At the time I'm recording it should be here tomorrow, so I'll throw those in once they get here. But figured I'd get this video done and out for you guys. So this side's done. I got enough clearance all the way around. So with everything loose on there, what I'm gonna do is I got the tires, or the wheel and tire sitting on there. So now I'm just gonna throw the jack under there, see what our clearance is like. A lot of times you will have to trim the inside of your fender here, and I'm 99% sure I'm going to have to because everybody else does. So I'm gonna go ahead and prop you guys up, get a jack under the wheel, jack her up, see where she hits, and yeah, we'll go from there. Right there, it starts to hit the fender. Just like that. We got a weird glare because of the sun, but it's looking really good. And that's not even fully aired out or laid out. As you can see here, we still have room between the control arm and the frame. We're still on stock spindle, so my Beltec spindles will give us a little bit more of a drop. And it's hitting the fender. You guys should be able to see in here. Yeah, you guys can barely see it right there. We're hitting the fender, so surge tank will have to be moved. Power steering reservoir will have to be moved. And I'll have to trim basically this inner lining of the fender because there's a pretty good, yeah, there's a good lip there. So we got plenty of room to go up, but I'm happy with it. It's just barely tucking the rim of the wheel here. So, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I know there's still plenty left to do up front. Could use maybe just a tad bit more trimming. It could, I still have to notch the frame for my tie rod ends. But those won't be here till tomorrow. I'm trying to get this video out for you, so that will be included in another video here in the very near future. But I live in the Midwest where weather likes to say, hey, I'm gonna dump a bunch of snow on you. And yeah, so that's coming up here in a couple days. So I gotta get this thing out of the old man's garage and back to the shop. So basically I'm just trying to get everything that I have to do that involves welding, aka the 3-link. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this finished up. You guys will see the tie rod in notch in another video, and you guys will see me cutting the fenders and whatnot in another video. But for now, this video, that gives you a really good idea on how to cut your frame for the bags and installing the Nfamus notches. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you guys look forward to watching the next video, watching us finish laying out this this truck. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Deuces.